welcome to season 6 of 28 Days and Beyond.
The show where we talk about our history, our heritage, and our culture.
I'm Amari.
I'm Charisma. Welcome.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm good.
Back in the building.
I can't believe
Together
it.
again.
Yes.
Ah,
and you did the thing
We've
now.
done it enough times at this point to figure out what's up. What's going on? New year, new you.
Yes. New year, new me. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think New Year is same me, just improved.
Just improved.
New
New and improved. Okay, New Year, new and improved.
Yeah.
So what you got popping? What's going on? Who are you? Let the people know.
Who am I?
Yeah.
I'm Charisma. We just did that.
Oh. What you got going on in your life? What's up?
I have a couple of projects this year. A really good friend of mine recommended this book called Becoming Supernatural. Mm-hmm. And so I've been listening to it on Audible. It's like 14 hours, but basically it's 14 hours.
Right.
So while I'm in transit or, just when I need something to kind of center myself. But basically it's all about really putting your intentions out into the world and restructuring your brain to think a different way. So I've really been trying to implement that and just being really intentional with the things that I want to do this year. So I have a couple creative projects I'm working on.
That's what's up.
Working on my EP finally. So
Nice.
I'm very excited about that. I'm working on a web series.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm going to do some traveling this year because that's what I do.
You
It
jet
makes me
setter.
happy.
Jet setter is.
What about you?
This is the year of rebellion.
The year of rebellion.
You know, Amari.
It's
right,
all, I
we're
was
doing
going
this
to say,
thing.
that's
yeah,
always.
Exactly. Now, but the year of rebellion for me is in line with what you're talking about. It's about building the world that I desire for myself, rebelling against those things that stand in my way, whether they be physical or, personal obstacles, and really just making a platform for me to be able to share myself with the world. Simple as that.
Nice.
It's the year of rebellion.
So 2020.
2020.
Everybody's like, new decade.
Yeah.
Do you feel any like added pressure with that?
I don't.
Or added excitement?
Yo, it's 2020, first of all. I haven't even put my mind around the fact. I remember 2002. You see what I'm saying? Like it's
I see what you did there.
Time,
Just reverse the numbers. You know what I mean?
You want it. But nah, no, exactly. No pressure. I mean, life is what it is. I think, you said every year is an opportunity. Every day, in that sense, is an opportunity to sort of, work on yourself and make your contribution. But what I am excited about is season 6 of 28 Days and Beyond. Yeah, time is definitely moving. I think this is certainly going to be one of our strongest seasons because we keep getting better.
Well, that's true.
We got some heavy hitters coming through.
We do.
We got some heavy hitters.
One of the things I wanted to talk about this season, because last year was the year of the return.
Word.
So I wanted to delve into that throughout the season, just kind of dealing with the sense of the diaspora really seeking a reconnection with Africa, going back, and just kind of putting our roots deeper into who we are as a collective group of people.
Certainly.
What are your thoughts on that?
One of the things that I thought was really cool has been for so long, I've always been aware of the tensions, so-called tensions that exist between continental Africans and black people here. And they say, well, they don't like us and they don't this, that, and the third. And I'm always like, yo, but like, who is mediating your conversation?
Right.
Well, it's the media. They don't have a vested interest in your well-being or you know what I mean? So I think what was really cool
and
about
divide and conquer has always
been right. For the country of Ghana to open their doors and say, this is the year of return. Come back, right? Come back home and reconnect is demonstrating that they are reaching out their hands. And from the response, I mean, so many people traveled back to Ghana, to Nigeria, to West Africa in general in search of that reconnection. So I think there's a lot of power and potential there. I was fortunate enough to be able to travel as well.
Nice.
I got to perform in Ghana for the first time. That was amazing. And it was certainly a vibrant atmosphere. People were really excited. People were really, discussing these ideas of, what it means to be home, what it means to be far from home, right? All of these things, this is beautiful conversations going on, a lot of which we'll talk about over the course of this season, as well as some other things. What else we got going on?
Well, one of the things, before we talk about what else is going on this season, that I wanted to make sure that we put out there for the people was, what it means when we say the year of return. What is that 400-year celebration? What is that about?
So it's supposed to be an acknowledgement of, they say in August of 1619, 20 some odd Negroes arrived on a ship that was a Dutch ship that arrived in Virginia. It actually wasn't Jamestown, but they say it was Jamestown, Virginia. And these were supposed to be the first enslaved Africans here in what later would become the United States. And historically, that's a bit inaccurate. There were Africans who were enslaved who came before then, and Africans who weren't enslaved who came before that, right? But the story goes that this was the beginning of our sojourn here in this wicked wilderness of North America, right? So that was 1619 to 2019 would have been 400 years. So in honor of that, in recognition of that 400 years, Ghana said, this is the year of return, come back home.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I knew that because we've talked about it, but,
Right,
you got to make sure you're
gotta
keeping
make sure,
the people
yeah, definitely. And I mean,
informed.
but not only that though. I mean, we got other big things happening this season.
Yes,
Please,
we
let's
do.
let the people know. Let's not hold it back any further. Unleash it on them.
I mean, as always, 28 Days and Beyond, as we said, is about history, heritage, and culture, right? So we're going to have people that are immersed in various aspects of that on the show. We're going to have entrepreneurs, business leaders, leaders in the community, intellectuals. I'm excited to see, you know, what this year is doing for the people in our communities, because I've met a lot of people recently that are just excited about giving back to the Black community in general.
Certainly.
So we're gonna have some of those people on the show.
And I mean, if we're talking about, you know, beyond the return, 2020, 28 days and beyond, because it's 29 days this year,
Yes.
right? But also beyond the return. So it's also about having gone back, you know, return to your roots, but moving forward. How are we moving into this new decade? That's what, a lot of the things that we'll be talking about. But the question on everybody's mind, those returning viewers, are you going to sing for us again?
Of course I am.
That's what's up.
Are you going to play for us again?
You already know.
All right.
You know what I mean? Kaplinka plinka. So without any further ado, let's bid our audience farewell until tomorrow, where we'll jump into the season.
Okay.
This has been another episode of 28 Days and Beyond,
where we talk about our history, our heritage, and our culture.
Peace.